I expect three things when I'm listening to a vendor or when I've got a seller, and if I don't get it, I'm done. One is transparency. You've got to be transparent. You've got to be honest with me. The second is equality. I want to be a partner. I want to use your product, and I'm going to tell you what's wrong with your product or why it's not working for what you sold it to me for. But in that case, I want you to improve it so that we continue to work together to make that better. And then the third is reliability of your people and reliability of your product. And if you fail in any of those three areas, I'm done. I'm moving on. None of us have the time to go back and re-engineer and re-engineer and re-engineer. We just don't have it. We're moving on with the next thing.
So number one is redefining governance, and that governance then needs to be learned by the vendor side so they know who to engage with, right? For example, we brought up ambient technology for dictation, right? Well, most of the time, the people who used to ask me, they'll go to IT about it. What does IT know about what it is to actually write a note and what the nuances of that is, right? And so maybe that should be more of a conversation with the CMO, the CCO first, and understanding what the pain points are and where does ambient technology help, right? So it really depends what the use cases are. And I think that's the other piece of why the buying cycle takes so long, is because we don't really clearly define our use cases. What are the problems you're trying to solve, and how is the technology going to help us solve those problems? And the same thing goes for the vendors. They come in with a solution, goes, here you go, here's CRM, have fun with it, you figure out how to use it. That's not the way to operationalize a solution. You really need to come in with predefined playbooks.
And then one of the things that I've struggled with the most is that getting our vendors really to be either partners or leading with that, right? So they know what it takes in order to move that dial, get that business case. I would actually ask them to have a business case put together. A lot of times what I get is, oh, read this article we've done or do this. Have somebody on your team that's created a business case, and we know that's got to appeal to different leaders.
And this is something that we were passionate about. So I actually found a vendor and I said, can I have a pilot? Right. So this is taking them beyond the business case, because they'll sell you all day on the business case of what can and cannot be done. But when they're willing to kind of put their skin in the game and they ask for a pilot, and usually they'll say, we'll give you 6 weeks. And I asked for 6 months in there, because it takes time to stand up the people, to stand up the process, to do the learnings in there. So when I, find a partner, that's really a partner that's kind of letting us to, play with it or do what we need to do, that's really hallmark. We can really determine what the outcomes are.